Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and today we are going to look at Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye. Got a story that goes with this one. So, if you've been watching these videos in sequence, you'll know that my wife, the angel that she is, went to Billings recently, picked up a bunch of whiskey for us, and that was awesome. I gave her my hit list. I said, hey, babe, if you can find any of these, that would be great. And I have on my hit list Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Bourbon or Rye. And she found this Jack Daniel's. And she was checking out. And she got up there and she's like, oh, hold on a second. It says barrel proof, but I don't think that this one's barrel proof, as she's pointing to the bottle in the teller's hands. It does say single barrel, and it indeed is not a barrel proof rye. It is 47%, so ringing in at 94 proof. And so she said, hey, go ahead, put that off to the side. I'm not going to get that one. So, as when she got back home here and she opened the box, inside the box, there was this bottle. Well, sometimes it pays in life to be a good person, I guess. So, unbeknownst to her, while she was checking out with this teller, she was talking to him and whatnot. Another person came up and started boxing up all the whiskeys, and they had set this one aside because she wasn't going to purchase it because she was like, I just don't think that's a barrel proof thing, so I'm not going to get that one. Well, the guy put it in the box anyway. So when she got back here, we got this whiskey essentially for free, and we didn't know about it till she got home. So I guess smile upon the blessings when they come. We'll take it where we can get it. So as far as price goes, I don't have a price for what she paid, but I looked online and I came up with a price down in Denver at the Total Wine store, which Total Wine tends to have pretty decent prices on stuff. $43.99, and that kind of was in the ballpark of where most places that I looked had it for, somewhere around $42 to $45. So, yay for us. Free whiskey. Definitely not going to snub my nose at it. If I happen to find a barrel proof rye or bourbon, at some point I will definitely take note of that. So this is barrel number 21-09905, bottled on 12/2 of 21. Let's see, Rick number R14. From our Jack Daniel's Distillery here. All right, well, let's get into it. Now, I have a bottle of just the regular Jack Daniel's rye. Picked that up for $26.99. It's a good rye. It's just like all the other ones that are from bourbon manufacturers, distillers. They're just good ryes. There's nothing wrong with them. As my gut feeling, not knowing the mash bills, not looking them up, feels like most of them are kind of a high rye or a high corn rye bill on them. But let's see what Jack Daniel's have now. To me, I don't remember what the Jack Daniel's the rye tastes like off the top of my head, but their bourbon, to me, has a very distinct, pick it out of anything, banana Laffy Taffy nose. That's what it smells like to me. Like, people say banana, to me it's more than that. It's like fake banana. It's banana Laffy Taffy. But we'll see what the rye has to offer. Here we go. Has not much to offer as far as the nose goes. I didn't get anything out of that. I'm getting an off note. I can't put my finger on it, but it's some kind of chemical smell. Yeah, it's distinct. Like in my brain, I know I've smelled this smell before, but I cannot tell you off the top of my head what it is, but it's a distinct chemical smell. And that's really all that's coming out of the glass for me, unfortunately. Now I'm starting to get a little brown sugar, a little bit of honey, a little bit of peanut, actually. Try the top of the glass. Top of the glass, I get almost a light apple. Yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot, but what I am getting are some more bourbon type notes. I will say I'm not getting the banana Laffy Taffy at all. So that's interesting. All right, going in on a taste here. Okay, Jack, here's what I have to say. The mouthfeel is very creamy, but almost watery thin. So it coated my tongue with a sensation, but there wasn't much flavor there. And then it pushed through to a sweet note, some light honey, a little bit of a rich vanilla caramel. Just the smallest touch of like a fruit, like an apple. I mean, this is like a thin, watery bourbon on the flavor profile. There's not a huge density of flavor at all. It's almost going nail polish remover in the nose on me. Starting to push into more of a cherry. I mean, it's starting to push into more of a bourbon profile where you get a little bit of that ethanol, you get some like fruit, almost medicinal cherry in there. There's something in the background, like a peanut dust. But I have to say, okay, so the flavor profile first sip was not unpleasant. It was just not dense in richness and flavor. So it had a creamy mouthfeel. It was sweet. It was pleasant. It was not hitting like a rye. It was hitting like a thin bourbon. Let's see what taste number 2 has. Yeah, there's just not a lot of flavor. I think for being a single barrel, I think they destroyed this by proofing it down. This should have been cask strength. Um, it's not that it's bad, but it just tastes watered down. There's not a lot of flavor. There is a distinct at the finish. There's a distinct rye spice, a little bit of ethanol, a little bit of black pepper. But I mean, it just tastes watered down. That's the exact way to put it. It tastes watered down. So I am glad that we did not pay for that bottle. I would be very disappointed, even in the 40s, if I had to pay for that. Kind of on the retro nasal, there's a little bit of that banana, oddly enough, but it's not coming through anywhere else. So it's not bad. It just isn't offering a heft of flavor at all. It's pretty meh. It has no faults other than being watery thin. Again, good thing she didn't purchase this, and I think that the barrel proof is going to be the better way to go, because it hints at having a lot more to offer, because there are these separate sweet notes that are in there. It does have that nice rye spice finish, but it's watered down. That's all I can say about it. That's all I keep coming back to, and I'm sorry that I don't have anything more to say about it. It's a big disappointment, I would say, as far as like having heft and character, but it's not bad, right? Like there's no faults to it. It's not making me go ugh. It's just making me want a lot more, because I think that had it not been watered down, there would be a ton more flavor coming out of this, because that watery thin beginning and mid palate, there was like little hints at some sweet nice characteristics in there. They just, none of them came out at all. And again, keep in mind, this is coming off of 4 other whiskeys at this point. I've rinsed my mouth out in between each bottle, so that might impact it. It's also 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so time of day, what I had for lunch, all those things are going to impact what I'm tasting, how I'm tasting it, what I'm smelling, all that stuff. But maybe I'll have to come back to this one at a later point in time and try it again. Maybe the bottle will offer up a little bit more, but for now, at the current moment, it's kind of a disappointment. I would say if you're looking at this, try and find the barrel proof if you're already a rye fan. And if you're looking to get into rye, because this one doesn't beat you up at all, maybe this is a good way to go. But it's kind of spending, you can do a lot better for a lot less. So that's what I got to say about that. So drop in the comments down below what you can find a bottle of Jack Daniel's single barrel rye for in your area, along with any thoughts that you have on it. And again, because this is a single barrel product, maybe you have a bottle and you are absolutely in love with it and you think it's the greatest thing. That's highly possible. Unless you have the same barrel that I have, you might get one of those honey barrels that is just the most mind-blowing rye out there. That is possible. So throw it in the comments. Tell me what you think, where I'm wrong, all that good jazz. If you're watching this on Rumble, that is piggybacking and showing the same videos that you can see on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please watch Rumble. But if you're watching Rumble or YouTube, actually, please watch BitChute, because this video is being recorded on April 19th, 2023. This will be available on my BitChute account, Life and Whiskey, by first or second week of May. And you probably will not be seeing this if you're watching YouTube or Rumble until 2025, maybe even 2026. Who knows if the world's still going to be standing at that point. So push this out to any of your friends who you think might get some value out of this content. I do greatly appreciate everybody who has subscribed to the channel. And yeah, we'll leave it there. You guys have yourselves a great day. Thanks for watching. And as always, catch you in the next video.